Hi guys, welcome back to the channel again. So day 4 of taking the challenge. Yeah, today has been pretty annoying. Took a loss today. We initially thought about a setup, and it actually did ended up happening just before it happened. I actually got stopped out. So to be honest, I can't really blame anyone because the performance from my side was actually really bad today. I did get tilted very early of the trading session, and that little tilt sort of dragged me down the whole day. So it kind of affected my trading throughout the whole session, and it eventually ended up a very poor performance for today's price action, because today I had a process. I knew what the market was going to do, and then I just wasn't able to execute it. You know what I mean? Like it was really annoying. And then I'm just seeing the price develop right after I got stopped out, develop the way that I expected was very painful. So yeah, no excuses. I need to learn from mistakes. I know where I went wrong. Like I said, it's very important not to get tilt. And I'll tell you guys why I got tilt in the very early sessions. But yeah, yesterday was good. I made about $1,300 profit. Today took a loss. It hasn't shown in here yet, but it's $1,000 loss. Let's just go into the chart just to talk about the price action today, okay? Yeah. So in terms of the daily candle, right, there's nothing surprising, nothing to stand out. So obviously we got rejected from the daily fair value gap from previous day's price action. The overall bias is still bearish. As I explained to you guys, I'm expecting the price to slowly coming down to fill all of these inefficiencies throughout August and September. So the long-term bias is still bearish, but in terms of the bias for the session, right, so when the market opens, right, it's quite clear. And I explained to you guys in the past, there are generally just two profile. Oops, sorry. There are two profile when it comes to the London session. Profile number one will be just consolidation, right? You see the market is just, there's not clear trend towarding to the one side. You can see the top, you can see the bottom, you can see double top and double bottom. You can see there's a consolidation area from here, from the Asia, and then actually let me mark out the London session, 2:30. 2:30 is the time I set in front of my chart, right? And you can also see a double bottom here. So when you see a market like this, right away, my trade idea is, okay, this is more of a range bound trading condition. So you will be looking for a reversal setup because it's not a trend trading setup session. So yeah, so this is like sort of the condition pre-market, and then obviously when I sat in front of my computer, I can see that the price was halted in this area, and this area is a lower band of the VWAP. Okay, so the lower band of the VWAP, I just turned on my indicator, it's not showing yet, but this is the lower band of the VWAP. So when I see that, and it's also supported by a 5 minutes order block, right? When I see this, and my bias directly was that, okay, the market could potentially just keep continuously going up to fill this inefficiency. So I actually enter a mini long contract here, and so after I have entered the mini long contract, as you can see, right, if I go into the 1 minute chart, this is the exact spot that I entered my position, and market straight away reacted from that point and went up to about 37 point, that is about $750, right, TP. So if I was sitting in front of my computer, I would have just moved up my stop loss to trying to live it up somewhere up here. So I would have probably get stopped out for like $500 profit, and that profit would have just followed through the remainder trading session that will allow me to take multiple attempts for the reversal setup. But the reason I got tilted was because I just had something come up, and then I had to walk away from my desk. And then me walking away from my desk, literally just for the 5 minutes, market went up and then went down. And I was so annoyed because, like I said, the way that I trade, right, the way that I trade is because I trade one mini contract and the market moves extremely quickly. So I need to be sitting in front of the desk to constantly moving my stop loss to take the small profit. So if I see the $500 profit, I'll take it because that will give me more armor for the rest of the session, right? Yeah, because I wasn't able to take it and the price retraced back to the original area, I just got tilted and it actually stopped me out. So I got tilted, and after that, I did attempt another entry here, and there is absolutely no reason. Actually, I entered the entry here because this area here was, it seemed like sort of inefficiency left it on a 1 minute chart or something. Then I entered here for no reason. I shouldn't enter that trade. Like I said, for some reason, I just got tilted from that one little trade, and that carried me through throughout the session, because for this market, there's no reason for me to enter any position beside the market come down to take out this low, right, from the previous day. Because here could be a valid entry, valid key area. However, the market was traded through very impulsively. So when the market traded through that impulsively, you have no business actually entering along here. Yeah, so because, like I said, because I was tilted somehow, I was constantly attempting multiple attempts, and then at the end I got stopped out. My last attempt was here, and then I did my last attempt here, and then which I sort of entered a long position here, and then market just again reversed on me, and like I said, I have a $1,000 maximum loss, so I got stopped out when the market retraced back, exceeding this liquidity point again, right? So it is extremely annoying. At the end, as you can see, the market has reversed. Like I said, if it's a normal day that I wasn't tilted, this was a very easy setup for me to take. This would have been a very easy trade, but yeah, there's, I can't complain. There's no one else to complain. It's my own fault. I got tilted by just a small. Well, first of all, I shouldn't be walking away from my desk when I had a trade, and especially when I'm trading with such a big contract. One mini contract is a lot. Because one point could be 15-20 point. One minute candle could be 15-20 point, which is about could go up to $300. So I shouldn't be walking away from my desk when I have a position open. And that is actually the 1% improvement that I have to do. It was one of the 1% improvement that I promised myself that I'm not allowed to do it, and then I actually broke that rule. So yeah, it's. Yeah, like I said, this is the second time I broke my rule within the same week, which again, very upset about it. Not because I lost money, just because I broke my rule again. I'm not supposed to walk away from a desk when I actually have a trade, right? But anyway, this is the second time I broke my rule. I want to keep this channel as authentic, as real as possible. I just want to show you guys, as a full-time trader, as a trader who has made over $100,000 payout, for Matthew Amo, who is currently very profitable from futures trading, we still make mistakes, right? But the key point here is that when we make mistakes, we have to remind ourselves we cannot just continuously making them every single day, right? We need to improve on that, right? There are two things that, as I explained in my previous video, I needed to improve and I wasn't able to do it. So the first time, the situation that I overtraded, I did find a solution for it. But second time, for this scenario, I know exactly why I had to walk away from my desk. That's something personal in my life. Then I have to find a solution to fix that, so I don't walk away from my desk when the market opens. Yeah, that's very important. So yeah, guys, I can't really blame anyone but myself. Heads up, like I said, it's been very annoying because so far this week I only made $300 for the weekly performance, but that's okay. I got one more day to sort of outperform the market. So yeah, we'll see how we go tomorrow. Peace.